Welcome to Countats. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at how to prepare the statement of comprehensive income or the income statement, the statement of financial position or the balance sheet, as well as the statement of changes in equity using pre-adjustment trial balance and additional information that will be given. Now, we have done very similar examples like this before, but we did the balance sheet alone using the pre-adjustment trial balance and additional information, and we also did the income statement alone using a different pre-adjustment trial balance and additional information. And as many students have requested, they want to see how to prepare the statement of comprehensive income or the income statement and the statement of financial position or the balance sheet using the same pre-adjustment trial balance and additional information that you will be given. But you're also going to complete, of course, the statement of changes in equity using the exact same information. So here we are told that we should use the information given below to prepare the following for the year ended 28 February 2020. And we are told that the following information relate to Villa Cargo, which is the name of the company, for the financial year ended 28 February 2020. So how do we go about preparing this one here? So let's take a look at the information. Down here, you can see we are given the pre-adjustment trial balance on 28 February 2020, and then we are also given the additional information. You can see from number 1 all the way to number 12. So that's what we're going to use to prepare the three statements. And we're going to prepare the three statements using Excel. Okay, so here's the document that we're going to use. Here on our far left, we have the balance sheet or the statement of financial position in blue. And here in the middle, we have the statement of comprehensive income or the income statement in orange. And in green, we have the statement of changes in equity. And that is how we're going to complete them. So let's begin. What I always like doing, now you can complete them in any order you want. You can do the statement of financial position first or the other statements first, and then you move on to the next one after you've finally completed it. But when I have to complete more than one statement using the pre-adjustment trial balance and additional information, especially the income statement and the balance sheet, I like to do them together at the same time because they're information which will relate to both of them when we do the calculation. So I just like to plug them in. So let's begin. I like to move from the top of the pre-adjustment trial balance all the way to the end. Okay, and there are various ways we can prepare it as well. You can check out our other lessons, by the way, which are in the links in the description below, which we showed you how to prepare the income statement alone and the balance sheet alone, as I have alluded to. Okay, so as I look at the pre-adjustment trial balance over here, I'll be looking at them in conjunction with the additional information that we are given. So here's what I mean. For instance, if I'm going to look at land and building, I'm going to put it in. As I put land and building in the pre-adjustment trial balance, it's 350,000 rand. But I also look at additional information. Is anything in the additional information given on land and buildings? If there is, then it might affect the amount. So I'm not going to put the 350,000 rand in the financial statement. So I'll have to take account of that. If nothing in the additional information is said about land and building, then I know the 350,000 rand we're given here stands as it is. So I'm just going to put it in the relevant financial statement. So let's begin. Let's begin with the statement of financial position. I know land and building is a non-current asset, and you need to know what goes into the statement of financial position, what goes into the statement of comprehensive income, as well as what goes into the statement of changes in equity for you to complete this well. Okay, so I hope you know that. And if you do not know that, the balance sheet, you record all your assets, your equity and your liabilities. Your income statement, you record your incomes and expenses, and your statement of changes in equity, you just recording the change in the equity section of the company. Okay, obviously this is a sole trader. If we were not told, it's a sole trader that we are completing it for. So it's actually a very simple exercise. So the first thing that I like to do is in my statement of financial position is just put the assets and then put the first label, which is the non-current assets, and that's how you complete it. And then here I will have my total for the non-current assets. Okay, so the first one I'm going to put there, as you saw in the pre-adjustment trial balance, we have land and buildings, and it's 350,000 rand. Okay, so first let's look at additional information if there's anything on land and buildings. Now I've gone through this before, so I don't want to take a lot of your time going back and forth. I already know that land and building is not in additional information. So if it's not in additional information, then we know that we're just going to take that amount that we are given, the 350,000 rand, and put it in. So I go to the non-current assets section and I just put land and buildings, Now, different people will prepare the statement differently. What I mean is they may put the land and buildings and the vehicles and equipment together and group them and put them as property, plant, and equipment. But here we can also separate them. You'll still get all your marks, okay? So I'm just going to separate them for us to see exactly what goes there. Okay, 350,000 Rand. And obviously it totals it up because I'm using Excel. So whatever I put down here, it's going to total it up and put it here in the total non-current assets. Okay, now that we have done the land and buildings, let me highlight it to just show that we have just completed it. The second one is equipment. Okay, and we are given 180,000 Rand. And obviously this is the cost of the equipment, meaning the cost at which you bought the equipment. Now you also check the additional information. Are we given anything here relating to equipment? Well, the only thing we are given relating to equipment is the depreciation. Okay, we are given the depreciation here, which will take into account when we are dealing with the accumulated depreciation dealing with equipment. But other than that, there's nothing on equipment, on the purchase of equipment, or on the sales of equipment, or any other thing relating to equipment. So just want to put equipment at 180,000 Rand. So I write down equipment, and I put down the 180,000 Rand. Okay, then we highlight that we have just done that one. Okay, and then the next thing that we have here is the accumulated depreciation on equipment, and we are given the date there is as at the 1st of March 2019. So this is the beginning of this financial period. Okay, and we are told that it was 18,000 Rand at the beginning of this financial period. Now, of course, we need to calculate the depreciation for this specific period and add it to this 18,000 Rand, and it will be the accumulated depreciation on equipment. Okay, so let me just copy that. And then here I will put accumulated depreciation on equipment, and then that's gonna come here. We hope that you are gaining value from this lesson thus far. To continue, we charge a reasonable fee whereby the full link to the entire lesson will be provided. Our rate for the entire lesson are as follows. If you are within South Africa, we charge a rate of 100 Rand, and if you are outside South Africa, we charge a rate of only $10. If you wish to purchase the entire lesson together with the documents with the questions and answers that we used in this lesson, you can contact us on our email as you can see here below, info@counters.com, or you can also check further contact details at our Facebook page at facebook.com/counters, and you'll find this information in the description below as well. The outline for the entire lesson can also be found in the description below so that you know what exactly you will be purchasing. See you on the entire video. Cheers.